Hey gang, we're going to look at finding the equations of lines today, in particular parallel lines and perpendicular lines. If you're given a point and in the original equation and you want it to be parallel, you want a new line that's parallel that goes through this new point, or you want a new line that's perpendicular that goes through this point, that's what we're going to be looking at today. So to start off, we just need we need an equation. So we'll start off with the equation y equals 4x minus 9. And let's say we want a line that's parallel to this that goes through the point 3, 7. Okay. And then we'll do a line that's perpendicular that goes through the point 8, 21. Okay. So the first thing that we need to think about here is basically we've got our general equation here, which is y equals mx plus b. And for a parallel equation, we're told that, or we know that the slope should be the same as the original equation. So our slope here is 4. M, remember, is your slope. So if we just plug 4 in here, y equals 4x plus b. Okay? So that's all we're doing so far. Parallel lines have the same slope. Okay? Same slope. So the slope of this line was 4. The slope of our new line will be 4. We need to figure out what this b value is. That's where our point comes in. This is an xy coordinate. So 3 is our x value, and 7 is our y value. Well, in our equation, we have an x and a y. So we're going to plug the 7 in for y, and the 3 in for x. And we're going to be able to solve for b now. So 4 times 3 is 12. And then we subtract 12 from each side, and we get negative 5 equals b. So now I know it's a parallel line, so I know my slope is 4. I know my b value is negative 5, and that's all I need to write my equation. Y equals 4x plus a negative, or minus 5. Okay. If you wanted to double check and make sure that it goes through this point, you could plug 3 in for x. 4 times 3 is 12, minus 5 is 7, and that is my y value. Okay. Perpendicular is very similar, just a little bit trickier, because perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. So opposite, meaning we changed the sign. So our slope was positive 4, so now it's going to be negative. And reciprocal means we flip the fraction, we flip the slope. Right now it's 4, which as a fraction would be 4 over 1. So if we flip that, it becomes 1 over 4. Okay. So that's our first step, is again just to plug in the new slope. Okay. And now this problem becomes identical to the previous problem. We're looking for b. We have an x value, we have a y value, so plug those in. 8 is our x value, 21 is our y value. So 21 equals negative 1/4 times 8 plus b. Negative 1 times 8 is negative 8 divided by 4, which is negative 2. And then add 2 to both sides, and we get 23 equals b. So now I know my slope is negative 1/4. My b value, my y-intercept, is 23. So my equation, y equals negative 1/4 x plus my b value, plus 23. Okay. So we started off with an equation. We were given a point and we were told whether we wanted our new line to be parallel or perpendicular and go through that point. So we'll just look at one more quick example here. This one will make a little bit more difficult. Y equals 1/3 x minus 4, and we'll find a parallel through the point 6, 5, and we'll find a perpendicular through the point 2, 9. Okay. So again, parallel, same slope. So we're going to keep the 1/3 slope. We're going to plug 5 or 6 in for x, and we're going to plug 5 in for y. So let me just erase this y here, and we'll plug 5 in there. Okay, so 5 is the y value, 1/3 is our slope because it's parallel, same slope, 6 is our x value, plus b. So 1/3 of 6 is 2. Subtract 2, and we get b equals 3. So our equation, our slope, parallel slope, was 1/3. Our b value is 3, so 1/3 x plus 3. And a perpendicular line. So perpendicular, we'll start with our y value, which is 9, equals m, our slope. Well, our slope was 1/3. Opposite would mean negative, and reciprocal would be 3/1, or just 3. X is 2 plus b. So 9 equals -3 times 2, which is -6, plus b. And then we add 6 to both sides, and we get 15 equals b. So our equation, y equals our new slope, which is -3, x plus our b value plus 15. Okay. So hopefully that gives you an understanding of how to find lines that are parallel and perpendicular to other lines if you're given a specific point that they're going to go through.